He getting his bones. He weak against that shit. Nigga, what's happening, bitch? What's happening? That nigga shit. Fuck! YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe, and I am back. We are here. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time viewing, got the green screen popping off now. It's a new thing for my channel. Hope you all enjoy that shit. On a side note, I was up late last night, about 3 a.m. Big Apple, 3 a.m. till I went to bed because I was watching election coverage and all that. Crazy night last night, bros. Crazy night last night. There's some crazy shit going on. So with that said, let's get into some real epic shit. Back on that roll, back on that grind. That death battle for the Hulk versus Doomsday is out. Now, I don't really react to a lot of death battles. I only react to the death battles that are actually good matchups. This right here, good matchup. That last one, that pink Sonic character, nah. But this right here, this matchup right here, nigga, this matchup here, this gonna be that fire. So I had to react to this shit. So let's talk about this shit real quick. This is what I normally do. Before the death battle kicks off, I give out my pick based on what I know about the characters and who I think is gonna win just off GP. So looking at Doomsday and the Hulk, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my shit out there right now. Doomsday is going to wreck the Hulk shit. Doomsday is just, he's right there. Doomsday Hulk. You talking about Doomsday who killed Superman? Who literally, he killed Supes, bruh. Superman could end the Hulk at will. Because Superman's base strength is greater than Hulk. Hulk, I understand if you let Hulk gain that momentum and he grows in strength, he gets angrier and angrier. That's the problem in this death battle. If Doomsday does not end his shit quick and he allows the Hulk to, because the way Doomsday is, he's retarded. So all he wants to do is destroy shit. So if Hulk can, and what Hulk is this? Is this the Hulk that could talk and think critically? That's a big factor too. So wait a minute now. Okay, wait, okay. If this is the critical thinking Hulk, the one that could think logically and plan shit out, Doomsday's gonna lose. If this is the Rage Hulk, Hulk Smash Hulk, Doomsday winning. He winning that. So yeah, number one key factor for you to win Doomsday is this. Do not let Hulk get momentum. Put them bones in your elbows, put them in that neck, and this shit quick. So after they do the explanations, I'll have another decide to see if I'll change my opinion. I might change it. I might switch. Who knows? After they talk about the characters, then we'll get back into it. But for right now, let's react. Oh, hold on right here. Here we go.
Before we get into the episode, I have something very important to tell you.
What you got to say?
Our new game, Super Rad Ray Gun, just launched on Steam for PC, Mac, and Linux. With over 20 unique levels, 3 modes of play, and tongue-in-cheek story of 1980s politics, it's a whole lot of value for just $9.99.
$10, bro.
15th, and we'll even give you the soundtrack featuring music from
Mario World on the Wii U is $8.
Click the link.
That's a lot. $10 for that shit?
And get your copy today.
I thought he was gonna say 99 cents. Oh, here we go. It's that porno music.
Pure, unadulterated rage. Usually, in a stressful situation, you'd want to emotion in order to keep yourself focused.
That's when you're trying to put that barbecue pit together.
Rampaging pile of muscles, like these two.
Dr. Bruce Banner, the incredible...
This is gonna be epic.
And Doomsday, the monster who killed Superman. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
This is a good death battle. I don't give a freak.
Within each of us, oft times, there dwells a mighty and raging fury. And this suits no one better than the mild-mannered scientist, Bruce Banner.
Cause when Bruce gets angry, oh boy, you wouldn't like him when he's
That
angry.
was the most epic scene in the Avengers.
Bruce Banner
Heart was
may have
tingling.
grown up with few friends, but what he lacked in popularity, he made up tenfold with his intellect. However, in spite of his gifts, it
2,400
was never
pounds.
enough to earn the respect and love of his father.
Partly because Bruce was so smart that his alcoholic dad literally thought he was a monster and expressed that to Bruce pretty thoroughly. God damn! Got there, Wiz.
9, 10 feet?
That's sound
With an arm
effect.
like that, he can go
Oh, damn! That was funny.
His wife right in front of Bruce.
That was funny.
Understandably traumatized, Bruce coped by creating an imaginary friend.
Oh,
You
shoot.
know,
I
I
was
had
not
an imaginary
expecting
friend
that.
once.
You did? What was his name?
Dad.
Oh. Well, Bruce's friend served as an emotional outlet all the way through his college graduation. However, his advice to Bruce was oftentimes destructive.
So when the U.S. military recruited Bruce to make weapons, it was actually kind of fitting.
Bruce was tasked with developing a gamma bomb, which would use gamma radiation to target enemy weapons and buildings without endangering human lives. At least, that's what Bruce was told.
Surprise, surprise, gamma radiation is actually pretty fucking harmful. And when it came time to test the bomb and some dumb kid decided to play his harmonica right in the test zone, Bruce asked his assistant to stop the countdown and dashed off to save him. But turns out his assistant was a Russian spy who set off the bomb anyway.
On that strange day, Bruce's imaginary friend became a real-life terror as he transformed into the Incredible Hulk.
Really?
Yes, apparently. Ever since, whenever he's angry, Bruce's body and mind morphs into that of the Hulk's, granting him unmeasurable power.
While he loses Bruce's brain power, the Hulk is ridiculously strong. He can leap great distances, survive the harshest environments, and most importantly,
Super speed.
smash the crap out of everything with his bare fists.
He also knows a technique known as the thunderclap, which creates a shockwave that can deafen foes, level forests, and push back explosions.
As if he needed anything more than that, the Hulk has a healing factor that gives Wolverines a run for his money.
You're healing. You should be dead.
He's super strong and super hard to
He
kill.
looked tight right
What's
there.
not to like?
Well, there's one little detail that kind of ruins the whole experience. Bruce can't really control the Hulk. In fact, the Hulk is his own being, and they both hate each other, vying for dominance over Bruce's body. And yet, Bruce and the Hulk are often reminded how much they depend on each other for survival.
Bruce figured if he was stuck with his big green Goliath forever, he might as well try using it for good, eventually joining the Avengers, Defenders, the Fantastic Four, and even the Illuminati.
Hulk has held up a 150 billion ton mountain, escaped Earth's gravitational pull with a single jump.
And one time when a planet's tectonic plates started splitting apart, threatening to shatter the whole world, he just jumped right in there and pulled the planet back together.
The estimated average mass of a single lithospheric plate is nearly 45 quintillion tons, and the Hulk pulled two of these together with nothing but his bare hands.
And he's not just strong and tough, he's more than twice as fast as a fighter jet, which puts him over Mach 5 speeds at least, and he can always go faster if he's pissed off enough.
This is because the Savage Hulk's strength is directly related to his anger. The angrier he gets, the more powerful he becomes. In theory, this means his maximum level of strength is potentially
unmeasured.
And when he taps into that immeasurable rage to the fullest, he truly lives up to his name of World Breaker.
Bigger, stronger, and oozing with gamma radiation, the World Breaker Hulk is so powerful, with a single stomp he created earthquakes felt hundreds of miles away. In his battle with Sentry, basically Marvel Superman, they almost destroyed New York. And when battling another World Breaker Hulk, a single collision
Sentry is Marvel's Superman? Is that right?
Even the mutant Darwin's power, which specifically adapts to counter any enemy, decided that the best defense against the Hulk was to be somewhere else.
Holy hell! Who could even stand up to this madness?
Not many, obviously. Typically, Bruce does his best to contain and limit the Hulk's power. In fact, World Breaker Hulk is a result of Bruce relinquishing that control
Doomsday can stand up to it. Darkseid can stand up to it. What's happening?
Beings like Silver Surfer or Zeus have the might to challenge the Hulk.
Oh yeah, like that one time Zeus hit him so hard, it burned out his healing factor.
But even gods sometimes have to learn the hard way. You do not mess with the Incredible Hulk.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by
Beach, 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 beach. When that happened in the theater, everybody was doing cartwheels, backflips, bitches was twerking on seats. That shit was mania.
What if all you had ever known
that shit was tight.
And aggression, violence and pain?
Let's go,
Doomsday. Is reality for
You
weird looking
comments, Doomsday. Yeah, the Doomsday guy.
Thousands of years ago, on an uninhabitable prehistoric planet which would one day be known as Krypton, a scientist named Bertrand intended to engineer the ultimate life form.
For real.
It's another one of those stories, but with one hell of a twist.
See, at this time, Krypton was a harsh wasteland filled with nothing but sharp rocks, poisonous air, and violent predators.
Bertrand believed that if he could create something that could live through that, they could survive just about anywhere.
To realize this theory, Bertrand acquired an infant from somewhere, and through a rapidly accelerated evolution process, attempted to transform him into his dream creation.
Oh, don't try to dance around it, Wiz. Bertrand put that little sucker into a baby cannon, blasted him into the wild to get murdered by any number of things, sucked up what was left of him with a vacuum cleaner, and just cloned a new one out of the mess to do it all over again.
Well, yeah. The idea being each new clone would be stronger than the one before, thus covering millions of years of evolution in just a few decades.
That doesn't sound like science.
No, it doesn't. So after 30 straight years of baby murder, one of the clones finally survived the test. Amazed by his own success, Bertrand named this baby the Ultimate.
The ultimate baby!
But to the rest of the universe, he was their Doomsday.
See, Wiz, reloading as it is, patenting my baby cannon was a good idea.
Successful as Bertrand's experiment was, it was anything but a good idea. Turns out, while Doomsday usually appears to be a mindless beast, he remembered every single time Bertrand had him killed. As a result, Doomsday had been unintentionally programmed at a genetic level to hate everything that lives.
Bummer. Needless to say, Bertrand was pretty screwed.
Because even with 30 years of development, Bertrand had never quite figured out what to do if his experiment actually worked. Because Bertrand is the worst.
I mean, he did do what he set out to do. He made an 8'10" monster that doesn't need to eat, breathe, or have internal organs to live. It just kills and kills and kills some more.
Doomsday possesses enormous strength, incredible durability, and poisonous spikes which can extend. But due to Bertrand's experiments, Doomsday's greatest power of all is his ability to adapt to his opponent's powers.
After taking his sweet revenge, Doomsday stowed away on a supply ship and ravaged dozens of planets until he finally found himself on Earth.
On that day, Doomsday did the unthinkable. On that day, Doomsday killed Superman. Well, kind of. He actually put him into a super sleep after several days. He kind of woke up more powerful.
Yeah, we all know, Wiz. At least Soups took Doomsday down with him. Or maybe not. Turns out, whenever Doomsday dies, he just comes back to life, forever immune to whatever killed him in the first place.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Can't beat me the same way twice.
He's been punched to death by Superman, blasted apart by the Radiant's energy, brutally ripped in half, incinerated by Imperiex, and just curb stomped by a Kryptonian horde.
Practically invulnerable at this point, Doomsday's taken on Darkseid, tanking his Omega beams and beating him to near death. He single-handedly defeated most of the Justice League and took on an energy attack that wiped out a fifth of a planet.
He's punched through the Phantom Zone, battled super beings called Gogs for a century, and even broken Wonder Woman's arms. Arms strong enough to help pull the Earth.
And during his rematch with the Man of Steel, after witnessing Doomsday survive an explosion equivalent to 1 million nukes, Superman realized that the only way to stop him was to send him to the end of time.
At his most powerful, Doomsday's mere presence can boil the ocean and disintegrate buildings. A casual stroll across Africa made wildebeest an endangered species just by walking around. But what he's got in strength, he really lacks in brains.
Not that he's dumb, he just literally lacks a brain. More often than not, Doomsday is little more than a one-track mind-killing machine. This makes his intentions predictable, and a clever opponent could use this to, say, lead him into a trap. And should that foe come up with a new way to hurt Doomsday, he could be killed.
Still, that's gonna be pretty goddamn hard to do.
KO! Perfect.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, Wiz won't stop talking about this thing, so he wants to tell you about it.
As a man of science, I analyze everything from the car I drive to the razor that shaves my face. I only use a razor I've scientifically proven to be of both quality and value. I use Harry's. Thanks to their factory in Germany, Harry's produces quality razors at half the price. Just $2 a blade. Harry's sleek 5-blade
Anybody buying that sheet?
Softer flex hinge, trimmer blade, textured handle for control.
5 razors, quadra razor. That shit don't matter. Give me a straight razor.
You'll want to try it for yourself. Harry's is so confident in their razor, they'll send you a trial set absolutely free when you subscribe. Just pay $3 for shipping. And as a viewer of Death Battle,
and then the next one's gonna come to you at full price on your card without you knowing.
Shaving in helps reduce redness. Just enter the code DEATHBATTLE at checkout. So head on over to harrys.com by clicking the link in the description below.
I'm gonna pause it soon.
Free trial set and post-shave balm. Just remember, use the code DEATHBATTLE at checkout.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
All right, paused. Okay, look. After hearing all that stuff that I mostly knew about on the Doomsday end, I learned a little bit more about the Hulk. He has, his strength is up there. What was it? 40 quintillion megatons or some shit when he pulled the Earth together? That's some strength. They're going to use that to measure his power. But did you also hear that nuke that Doomsday took? That was 100 million, like 100 million nuclear warheads? 1 million nuclear warheads? That's epic level shit too. So I stick to what I said. This looks like this is the Maniac Hulk. So if Hulk doesn't have the brain power, Doomsday's gonna beat him. But if Doomsday does not end it quick, Hulk gets to that high level and he could trick Doomsday somehow. I'm running with Doomsday 100. I'll get free. But you know what? Keep it real. I wouldn't even be mad if Hulk won. I really wouldn't. This is such a good matchup that I would not be, oh, what the heck? Get out of here. I really wouldn't, bro. This is a really good matchup. I'm okay with it either way, but I'm rooting for Doomsday. Shout outs to you, Doomsday, you dumb, retarded looking motherfreaker, looking like Hulk Hogan and shit if you went through a bath of acid. All right, let's go. Let's do this shit, bro. Here come Doomsday. Time to get destroyed and shit. Oh, they got him looking mad ugly. Okay. Fight!
Hulk smash ugly staples!
What's happening, nigga? Yeah. You like buses? You like buses? Nigga? Catch that shit. Ah, nigga. Woo! Tight. Tight. Beach. Had it. Oh, you get. Go get him, dummy. Don't get mad, bruh. You like Audis, nigga? You like Camaros? That's the po-po, nigga.
Stupid gray man! God can't hurt me!
Oh shoot, you messed up.
Hulk hate you!
I don't like this music. It's the wrong music for this part. Hulk hates spiky beard. Peach! Woo, baby, F what y'all talking about. F your hands, nigga. F your hand clap. Time to get serious now. They fuck.
You break buildings good, but Hulk break walls.
Woo! He in that rage mode, my nigga. Choke slam, bitch. Never. Oh, he broke his bone. Bring that shit right back. Woo! Oh no! The bones, bruh! He getting his bones? He weak against that shit. Nigga, bitch, what's happening? That's that nigga shit! Fuck! Yes! Number one! That's some epic shit! Nigga, I told you! KO! Oh!
With the Hulk's immeasurable power and Doomsday's impossible immortality, this truly felt like a between an unstoppable force and an immovable object.
Hulk may have had the advantage in raw strength, at least at his full potential, but Doomsday could certainly hold his ground. His victories against the likes of Superman and Darkseid prove he can take a hit from someone strong enough to break planets.
And by experience, Doomsday had the speed advantage. He regularly fights foes with light speed capabilities, while that kind of speed is an extreme rarity in the Marvel Universe. In fact, the only foe that fast who Hulk's ever seemed to keep pace with in a one-on-one match was Sentry, and that was when he was at his most powerful stage, Worldbreaker Hulk.
So overall, Hulk had strength and Doomsday had speed, but neither completely outclassed the other. At first glance, this one looked like it could go either way.
Which means the devil's in the very tiny details.
So why couldn't the Hulk's infinite strength just keep rising and eventually overwhelm Doomsday?
Well, even assuming Hulk's strength was infinite, his healing factor was not. Don't get me wrong, it can only be overtaxed by hits from absurdly powerful beings such as Zeus or Sentry, whom Doomsday certainly compares.
Naturally, Doomsday's crazy strength and speed started wearing that healing factor down.
Here's where it gets a bit tricky. The Hulk may look like a giant green monster, but he's still technically human, and his power directly correlates with his anger. A human being's anger stems from an increase in hormones and adrenaline in the body. However, the brain can only produce these chemicals at such a rate for a limited time, eventually giving up and turning apathetic. Therefore, Hulk's limitless power could never have existed without his healing factor. It's the key. It allowed his body to continue producing hormones and adrenaline far beyond the norm, theoretically an endless supply,
that was an
thus
epic
increasing his superhuman power to an immeasurable degree. So Doomsday overtaxing his healing factor meant the Hulk could no longer maintain his increasing rage and Hulk form.
And if you're still skeptical, that's why there's a bunch of times in comics when a huge impact forced the Hulk to turn back into Bruce Banner.
Yep.
Including that battle between World
Knock him right back to Bruce Banner.
With his healing power beaten down, he literally couldn't keep himself angry enough to stay in Hulk mode.
I love science, but there's still one more thing. Thanks to his battles with Superman and other Kryptonians, Doomsday has evolved to a point where it's basically impossible to kill him with brute force alone.
Exactly.
So Hulk couldn't have killed him by just getting angry enough to punch harder than Doomsday ever felt.
Precisely. Here's the proof. Superman and Doomsday eventually had a rematch, in which Superman was much more powerful than their first battle. As we discussed before, Superman's power is also potentially limitless by way of continually absorbing solar energy. And at this point in his story, he'd begun to discover that.
But try as he might, despite his increased power, Soups couldn't kill Doomsday with blunt force a second time.
Ultimately, Doomsday's immunity to being ripped, impaled, incinerated, blasted with energy, and being beaten by blunt force from both focused and multiple sources means Hulk just didn't have the options available to take Doomsday out before his healing factor was overtaxed.
On this day, Hulk met his doom.
That's a big spinal cord. That shit
The winner
thick.
is Doomsday.
Oh my god.
Next time on Death Battle.
Epic level shit, baby.
Hey guys, I'm Ben, I play Wiz, this is Chatty plays Boomstick, and next up we've got...
Alright. I have no idea who that sword guy was. But I do have an idea that I was right about this death battle, though. It makes perfect sense, man. Like, I wouldn't have been mad if Hulk won, because, you know, dude's powerful, man, but... you can't kill Doomsday the same way he died, and I already knew that. And I just assumed that there would be some kind of... I didn't really dwell on that enough. I should have. But I already picked Doomsday anyway to win. So that's the 100 right there. I absolutely love the ending of this match, bruh. That shit... That shit was epic. Doomsday was hitting him with the bone, sticking it in him, leaving it in there, and it was going it right back instantly. Now that's kind of cheating. You know, it take time. You know, he was like, bone, take it, bone. I'm like, oh, wait a minute now. Them bones hurt when they break off. So I'm like, oh, is he in trouble? Like, what's happening? But nah, that was his ultimate finisher. That shit was like, he had him on his knees and just started wailing on that face. I felt bad for Hulk. And you know what? For you guys who was voting for the Hulk, who loved the Hulk since inception, read his comics, didn't know much of Doomsday, and just love the Hulk, everything that he's about and represents, I feel sorry for you. Because you just had to witness some utter annihilation. That was low-key disrespectful, man. But that shit was tight. Nigga pulled his meaty head off his skull, and that vertebrae was thick. That shit looked meaty, bruh. Them bones was big, bruh. Hey, shouldn't have his bones been a regular human bone, vertebrae and shit? When he goes Hulk, his bones get bigger and shit too? I just thought it was all muscle and meat. That shit tight, bruh. She was dope. This is one of the best death battles. This is the type of shit that I like to see. Not that Fluffy versus Whipsy and Pipsy versus Hoobie and Kirby versus Boo and freaking Daisy versus that weird shit. This type of shit is epic. I understand it takes a lot of time, effort, graphic, computer rendering and all that, so they don't do them that often. They only do these once in a while because those little cartoon ones are much easier to do. So I understand what time it is. This shit was dope. I absolutely love this death battle. This is one of the greatest finishes I've seen in a death battle. The shit was raw. That was a graphic ending. It was a great finisher. He wins. Perfect. She was epic, baby. Hope you guys liked the reaction, the real reaction, talk about this shit. This shit was pleasantly surprising. The hype was real. It lived up to the hype. In fact, I believe it surpassed the hype. The one gripe I have with this whole entire death battle is that background music did not match the epicness for this fight. It should have been more of like a choir, like in the back to let you know that she was epic. Not that nah, that was weak. This fight was bigger than that. It sounded like that music that the Rocker was rocking with when he was asleep on Mad Max. The nigga was sleeping and shit. You just wake up. Like he came over here to do this music. It ain't nothing wrong with the music, but the music just didn't fit with this fight. Honestly, 100. Hope you guys like this shit. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out this thing, man. Deuces.